2 years ago, I thought training for aesthetics was the answer. I wanted to look impressive so I could share my fitness knowledge and inspire others. But along the way, I realized the pursuit of aesthetics wasn't as straightforward or fulfilling as I thought. That's what led me to ask,
what makes a physique aesthetic? Correct muscle emphasis, tiny waists, broad shoulders, symmetrical muscle insertions, long muscle bellies, being shredded, and your face. Out of all of these factors, only two are truly within your control. Let's start with being shredded. If you're happy with the amount of muscle you create and find that staying shredded is both sustainable and worth the effort, more power to you. But for most lifters, it's neither maintainable nor practical. The majority of lifters aim to build more muscle or increase their strength, which simply isn't achievable while staying shredded. Now let's talk about the correct muscle emphasis. This has been a stumbling block for me for the past 2 years. But what does it really mean to emphasize the correct muscles? David Late was my ideal physique, because to me he looked more aesthetic than the most successful competitive bodybuilders in the game, like Chris Bumstead. Unlike Seaburn, whose build leans more towards a classic bodybuilder aesthetic, David's physique has a more natural, non-competitive look. It wasn't even balanced. His shoulders were his most developed feature, followed closely by his chest, while his arms noticeably lagged behind. This imbalance, in my opinion, enhances the illusion of a larger shoulder-to-waist ratio. Similarly, Alex Eubank, often praised for his aesthetics, has comparable proportions. I developed a theory that reaching David Late's proportions would be my ticket to the aesthetics. However, I wasn't sure what my weak points were or which areas I need to prioritize to match his proportions. As my belief in this proportion theory grew, so did my uncertainty about what I need to work on, and the uncertainty started to eat at me. I found myself analyzing my physique daily, constantly seeking reassurance that I was on the right path, and emphasizing the muscles that truly needed it.
but the more I scrutinized my weak points, the more I started to hate my physique.
I was desperate to achieve an aesthetic physique, and I wanted it as soon as possible.
This urgency led to immense pressure to make noticeable gains in the gym every workout.
Getting stronger wasn't something I enjoyed, it became the baseline expectation. If I didn't hit a new milestone, I felt frustrated and even depressed, which wasn't unusual considering it was our 4th year of training, but progress naturally slowed down. I decided to start Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu 4 times a week, aiming to improve my cardio and work capacity.
However, after just a month of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, my joints were wrecked, forcing me to quit Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and shifting my focus away from aesthetics. I had no choice but to prioritize fixing the joint issues I'd developed.
Stepping away from aesthetics gave me the space to reflect on my past behavior from a new perspective. It became clear why I stopped enjoying training. I had become completely consumed by my appearance, and it was taking a serious toll on my mental health.
One of the most damaging habits I realized I had was constantly looking at impressive physiques on social media. For most lifters, this admiration and comparison happens so suddenly and subconsciously that you don't even realize you're doing it. Scrolling through these posts fuels both dysmorphia because you're constantly measuring yourself up against an ideal that may not even be achievable. Once I stepped away from the cycle and stopped fixating on these comparisons, I noticed a significant amount of improvement in how I felt about my own body. Letting go of this habit was one of the key steps in overcoming my struggles with my body image.
I wanted a physique that would fuel my fitness influencer career and give me respect. But the truth is, no one wants to watch mediocre content, no matter how good you look. And the ultimate form of respect that you crave is from within. No matter how much admiration you receive from others, you'll always be dependent on their approval if you don't truly respect yourself.
Focusing on creating YouTube videos has shifted my perspective. While my content isn't great yet, it has slowly improved and I can see its potential if I stay consistent.
This realization, along with working on my self-respect, has showed me that the physique alone was never going to deliver what I truly wanted. Now, I'm no longer a prisoner to my appearance.
The reason why many people become overly obsessed with aesthetics, size or leanness is often tied to a deeper underlying issue they may not even realize that they're dealing with.
They try to fix the bigger problem by improving their appearance, but no matter how good they look, it's never enough because the real issue remains unresolved. If you find yourself looking at your physique in the mirror more than 4 times a day on average, it's a sign that you're too focused on your appearance and maybe using it as a way to cope with a deeper issue. Initially, checking yourself in the mirror might give you a dopamine hit, a brief sense of reassurance. However, when you watch yourself too often, that dopamine diminishes over time and the mirror stops giving you the same satisfaction it once did. You end up stuck in a cycle of self-doubt, feeling like you're not enough. If thinking about or analyzing your physique causes more negative thoughts and positive ones, it's likely a sign of a problem that won't be fixed by simply building more muscle. That doesn't mean you need to be completely satisfied with your physique. A little dissatisfaction is natural and often drives most of the lifting community to approve that it's important to stay mindful and assure that your body image struggles aren't being fueled by something unrelated to the gym or spiraling out of control. When I hit the gym and get a pump, I always check myself out afterwards. It's hard not to, but I made a conscious effort to stop obsessing over my physique outside the gym or looking at it too often. Shifting my focus to perfecting my training methods and tracking my progress has been a game changer. It not only shows me that I'm making real progress, but also gives me something productive to think about related to the gym, instead of obsessing over my physique for no real reason. Knowing that my plan isn't perfect and that it can always be improved gives me confidence that I still have a long way to go before reaching my full potential. Each improvement I make to my plan leads to even more progress in the gym, keeping me motivated without the overwhelming pressure of the severe body dysmorphia. This approach mirrors what many of the biggest natural lifters in the industry do by focusing on improving their training instead of obsessing over their appearance. They not only get big, but they also stay natural.
And so for a lot of these people, they truly don't believe that training causes really very much difference. Like, oh, he changed his training and started growing. Ha ha ha. The process actually really matters.
Their dedication to refine their training methods proves that a smart, consistent approach to training is the key to achieving long-term results without shortcuts.
Learn to experiment and see for yourself. Stop relying on others for all the answers and start paying attention to what's happening in the real world.
Every few months, I experiment with something new and track my progress and assess the results. Most fitness gurus and influencers are still learning and refining their methods, which means no single influencer should be 100% trusted. The ultimate training method hasn't been discovered yet, if it even exists, because everyone responds differently to training. But that's the beauty of it. The journey of discovering your own ultimate training method is what makes it so rewarding. It provides endless motivation, teaches you more about yourself, and allows you to push closer to your natural potential. The process itself is the goal, not just the destination. By embracing this mindset, I found a balance between striving for progress and appreciating how far I've already come. It's not about how you look, it's about how you grow both in and out of the gym.